Hey lovely people, good morning everybody. This is Sanjay Jogani once again with a new subject today and a very interesting one. But before I begin, I request everybody who is watching this YouTube video right now, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, friends, please do it. And I take this opportunity to thank everybody who is already a connection to me on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your likes, for your comments, for your feedbacks and for your engagements with me. Thank you so much. So here we begin today's subject topic, and this is suggested by one of my dear friend Mr. Ganesh Burade, and the subject is very interesting, and that is spirituality in business. Friends, if we see this particular subject on the first sight, you will see it's a two contradictory terms. If we talk about business in today's times, if we talk about business in general, spirituality and business both are different terms, contradictory terms. So if we want to establish some connection, some sense to its conjunction, we need to understand both these terms separately. Let's address that way. Let's talk about business. Friends, when we hear the word business or when we see the word business, what exactly immediately comes into our mind? It can be profits, losses, maybe products, services, customers, competitions, inventory, so many things. And if you see that all the things what I am right now talking about are all tangible, visible terms and something to do with money. The manifestation of anything which is business in general is money. It's give and take. You sell something, you buy something, you provide services, you make money out of it. Very simple. And it's not a casual term. Whenever we refer to this word business, we refer in conjunction with our original business, which is a give and take, the dealings kind of a business. And we sometimes also tell somebody, hey, mind your own business. So that means the business is a very serious thing. It cannot be taken as casual. This is business. We are talking about all the tangible things, and somewhere down the line it is connected, its manifestation is with money. Now let's talk about spirituality. Now when we hear the word spirituality or being spiritual, ultimately what comes to our mind? It's either religion, it's prayers, it's peace, it's harmony, it's something to do away with greed, jealousy, ego, so many things. It has to do something to do with forget and forgive. So these are all, we can say, intangible terms. You can't see them, but it's something to do with the real essence of spirituality. We practice that. We feel that from inside. It's a part of one's nature, we can say. So these are, now we are seeing this, both the two things are absolutely contradictory, absolutely different. But we can establish some connection between these two terms. We can. And ultimately when we say so, we have to all understand that here when we are going to talk about business, it's the right kind of business. It's the correct kind of business. It is not the business we are talking about which is beyond the scope of certain kind of rules, regulations, maybe disciplines, ethics and principles. Not beyond that. So if we understand business in its right perspective, it is very easy for us to try and connect these two terms together. And we are going to do that today. Now we talk about business, we talk about customers. Now when we talk about customers, we talk about products and services to be given to them. Now let's see how we can talk or how we can practice or how we can inculcate spirituality in that. We talk to customer, we try to avoid talking any false stuff. We don't talk lies to them. We don't give them false projections, we don't give them false commitments. Let's stick to our original truth of business. Here we can say that we are trying to be some sort of a ethical in practice when we are doing certain kind of act with the customers. Let's talk about our products, our possessions, our services, our people. And if we talk about spirituality, if we want to connect it with business, let's try and detach ourselves from our possessions. Not too much of affinity or too much of involvement and attachment with our products and services. We don't overindulge ourselves in that. So if we do that, we can dispose them maybe at the right time to the right people at the right price. So here also by having ourselves detached from this particular thing, we can say that we are exercising certain kind of a spirituality in business. Let's talk about making money. Now, making money, of course, is a beautiful thing. Everybody must try and make money, earn money, save money and manage money. It's very, very beautiful thing. But let's take it little bit in the spiritual context, that perspective. Let's move away from the greed of accumulating too much of money. We do it, the right amount of money is required, the right amount of money to be saved for our future, for our security, maybe for our family, whatsoever. But there is always a line which is drawn. There can always be a line which can be drawn. There we can say that we are trying to be little spiritual as far as money perspective is concerned. Let's talk about our peers and competitors. If we can avoid getting jealous of them, if we take the competition with them in a different level, if we cannot appreciate their product and services if they are good, then ultimately we are trying to have a false kind of thinking within ourselves about them. Let's try and see the other way, the spiritual context. What we can do? We can avoid being jealous of them. If they are growing with the right product and services, and if they are helping to make a better world with their products and services, friends, let's appreciate, let's respect the way they are doing business. Call them up and say that, sir, you have done a wonderful job and I really appreciate it, and maybe in future I would like that even I can do that. This kind of a thing is going to build a mutual healthy relationship. We can say that we have certain kind of a spiritual element we have given as an input. So many things which if we abide by certain kind of ethics and principles, the spirituality can be exercised. Let's talk about CSR activities. We talk about that is a corporate social responsibilities. Now many big corporates, institutions, we talk about Tata Group, we talk about Reliance, we talk about Adanis, we talk about Birlas, and in that context so many other big corporates. Everybody has a part of their fund. We talk about Wipro, Mr. Premji's Wipro. Now everybody has a part of the fund which is allocated to the welfare of the human lives, welfare of the community, welfare of the society. And they see to it that with the money which they have earned, they can make world a beautiful place with that. They spend money on education, they spend money on youth, they spend money on charity, and this is all very important. So now this particular thing, in spite of making huge money, wonderful businesses they have over generations and generations in the last 100 years, they spend a lot on this kind of activities. This is, we can say that the spirituality is there in the business. They are thinking something beyond money. They are thinking something beyond just business. So everywhere it is not that the money element has to overpower the other possessions or the other revenues, other kind of resources what we are gaining in the process. Our experiences can be spiritual. Right from finding a product, talking to a vendor, talking to a customer, establishing a connections, concluding a business, giving them the support post business, maintaining a certain kind of a relationship with them. This is all can be a wonderful spiritual experiences in the process of making money, in the process of doing business with them. So friend, this is what I know, and this is what I call the spirituality in business. Yes, we do sometimes talk within our peers and within our community, within our families and friends, that why to pay taxes? The government, by taking taxes, the money, they don't provide us enough resources or enough outputs which we rightly deserve in terms of infrastructure, in terms of facilities, in terms of other kind of a social supports and protections. Yes, we do complain about that, and sometimes most of us end up trying to save taxes that it doesn't go into government pocket. We talk about corruptions in the systems, and we involve ourselves in the same line. We say that we cannot make money without manipulations. And so what we do is we try to manipulate something in the process. We enter into a certain kind of a corruptive practices, some kind of a bribery. But friends, this is always going to be there. It is a part and parcel of the entire system. If we take a system as 100 basis point, there is always going to be some percentage where people, in spite of being knowing everything, in spite of being understanding everything, somehow within themselves they cannot align themselves to the right practices. They don't want to do it for whatsoever reason. Okay, fine, but what about the majority of people wherein we can exercise certain right kind of practices? Let's ask ourselves that when we do such practices, do we really feel good about it besides making some extra money? Don't we see that our conscience getting hurt in the process? Don't we see that we are spoiling the system and we are feeding the system, we are fueling the system more and more, and in future also when the next generation comes, they have to face this legacy of our practices, our thinking? If we can try and question ourselves about this, friends, believe me, that is one of the first steps where we can say that the spirituality has started entering into your thinking process. The spirituality has started entering into your business. This is friends, very, very important. So this is, I would like to end my topic here if I've been able to make justice that what a business and spirituality, how it can be conjuncted together, how we can establish connection with them, and how we can see and we can say that there is a spirituality in business. It is being done since years and since ages, but we don't see that, and we see the other side, in fact, on the contrary, and we avoid stepping into that territory. Friends, let's appreciate, let's respect if it is done, if it is being practiced and conducted somewhere. Let's learn something from there. Let's practice that. Let's try a little bit in at the cost of losing some extra money from your pocket. If we can make a seesaw change in the system, within ourselves, within our community, within our business practices, between our employees and our people, I think that things are going to vastly improve if one person or every person starts thinking at least about this. Ultimately, within a few years, we can see the entire system getting changed. A shift can be observed, and we might give a wonderful legacy to our people, our children, when they take up the job after 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years. So let's do it, friends. And thank you very much for listening, and thank you, Ganesh, for this wonderful subject. Subject is vast, it can be challenged at different levels, but I've just tried to establish some connections, at least to give a food for thought to everybody. That yes, can we really think on this line? Thank you very much. Thank you, my friends, for watching this. You are wonderful people. And as I always say, let's learn together, let's improve together. Thank you very much and have a good day.